Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Winn, and you are tuned into Cooking with Winn. Today I'll be teaching you guys how to make Liberian shortbread. So for the shortbread recipe, you're gonna need 6 cups of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour, half cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 tablespoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 eggs. You need 2 cups of butter. If you have the butter in the bucket, you need to measure your 2 cups. But because I'm going to be using the sticks of butter, I need 4 sticks to equal to 2 cups. 1½ cup of milk, 2 teaspoons vanilla extra. I'll be using this pan to bake my bread, and I'll use this cooking spray to grease the bottom of my pan. So these are the ingredients I'll be using for my shortbread today. If you want to learn how to make this bread, stay tuned and keep watching, guys. So what I did was I emptied some of the flour in here. It's just easier for me to measure it from the bowl than from the bag. So I have my 1 cup here, and I have the spatula that I will use to level my cup of flour. If you measure your flour, you don't want to use the cup to just scoop the flour because you're going to be measuring more than you need. So you want to use your hands. Make sure your hands are clean. Mine is clean. Use your hands to just pour the flour into the cup like this. And once you have your flour into the cup like this, you want to even the cup. Do not leave your flour like this and consider it as 1 cup. That's more than what you need. So go ahead and use a flat spoon or spatula or a knife to just level the top. Like this. You want your flour to be even to the rim of the cup. So that's 1 cup, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have my 6 cups of flour. Next thing is to measure my sugar. I have ½ cup here, and you want to do the sugar the same way you did your flour. Do not use a spoon to scoop the sugar. Just use your hands, a clean hand, and pour the sugar into the cup. Use the spatula to even the top. And add sugar into the flour. I need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I have my teaspoon here, the top. That's 1, 2. Next thing is to measure my nutmeg. I need 1 tablespoon of ground nutmeg. 1 tablespoon of ground nutmeg. So I need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have the salt in my hand. I'll just add it. So these are all the dry ingredients. I'll just go ahead and mix them together. Once I have everything mixed in together, I'll set this aside and then move over to my wet ingredients. So I have 1½ cup of milk in here. Next thing, I'll go ahead and crack my egg into the milk. Once you add your egg, next thing is to add in your vanilla extract. I need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. That's 1, 2. Once you have everything in here, you just want to whisk them all together. And once you have this whisk, you set it aside. Bring back your dry ingredients. Now it's time to add in the butter. By the way, before making your bread, you want to make sure you bring your butter out because you want it to be as soft as possible. So let your butter be at room temperature before using it. Not just be adding a stick of butter. You want a soft butter. That way it will be easier to mix into the flour. If you have a frozen butter, it's going to be hard to mix into the flour. Once you have the butter in, use your fork to mash your butter into your flour. So you basically doing this to incorporate the butter into the flour, and you want your mixture to look similar to peas or sand, or till the butter is all mixed into the flour. Once your butter is mixed into your flour, this is how it should look. okay? And what I do is I divide this into 3 sections. Once I divide into 3 sections, then I'll go ahead and add in my wet ingredient. The reason why I divide into 3 sections is just for it to be easier for me to mix. So I just like to divide them into 3 sections, mix each section separately, and then mix them all together after. So I just pour. You want to pour your liquid in little by little and just mix it with the dry ingredient. So move over to the next section now. Add in the liquid. So once section 2 is done, you can move over to section 3. Once I have them all mixed like this, it's time to combine them all together. So I'll just go ahead and combine the 3 sections together into one. So once your fork starts to get sticky, you can add water into the cup and just use that to dip your fork in. So you dip your fork, shake it, and continue mixing. Once you have them mixed, move it aside and get your baking pan ready. So you can use butter to grease your pan bottom and sides, but I'll be using my cooking spray to do that. Just spray the bottom and the sides. And once you have your pan ready, go ahead and add in your batter to your pan. Dip your fork in water, shake it. You want to spray your batter into the pan. Make sure it's even in the 4 corners, okay? Once you have your bread in the pan, take it to the oven. Bake it on 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And you want to bake it for 45 minutes to 1 hour. Keep an eye on it and make sure you don't burn. So guys, this is the bread. It's already nicely done. It's warm. So the way of telling if your bread is ready, if you look at the sides, you can see the bread has pulled away from the side. But if you're not sure about that, you can also use the toothpick method. Just poke the toothpick on any part of the bread, and if your toothpick comes out clean, that means your bread is ready. Like I make it on the weekend and just have it for breakfast during the week. Like if I don't have time to make a whole breakfast, I just grab a piece, heat it up in the microwave, add butter to it, and I'm good to go. You can also have this shortbread with fried egg as well. So yes guys, this is the bread. I'll go ahead and cut a piece for you guys so you can see. My favorite part of this bread is the top. It's crunchy and I like the crunchiness of it. So when you bake your bread, you want to make sure your bread is well done. In the middle is dry and the top is golden brown and the bottom as well. Whenever I make the bread, I like to leave it warm and hot and just add butter to the middle. So I'll open this piece and I'll just spray it on the bread. So you see what I'm talking about? The butter melts right off when it's still hot. This is your Liberian shortbread. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Do not forget to check out my other video on my channel. Watch my video, like, share with your friends and family, and leave me a comment if you have any question or concern, and I'll see you guys in another video.